Hello, and welcome. I invite you to join me on a journey to the farthest, deepest, and most hidden corners of our planet. We will be seeking out life in its most unexpected and extraordinary forms. Our world is teeming with creatures so strange, so fantastical, that they seem to have sprung from the pages of fiction, rather than the slow, meticulous process of evolution. Even the most dedicated and passionate among us, those who have spent a lifetime marveling at the animal kingdom, may find themselves astounded by the beings we are about to encounter. These are not the familiar lions, tigers, or bears. These are nature's outliers, its experimental designs. We will delve into the crushing blackness of the deep ocean to find fish that have foregone color and pigment entirely. Their bodies rendered almost completely transparent, ghostly apparitions in the abyss. We will visit the cool, fresh waters of a single lake complex in Mexico, home to a creature that holds the secret to eternal youth, the axolotl, a salamander that refuses to grow up, retaining its juvenile features for its entire life. This is a celebration of the bizarre, a testament to life's boundless creativity and its ability to adapt and thrive in ways we could scarcely imagine. Prepare to have your perception of the natural world expanded, perhaps even shattered. The animals we will meet today challenge our very definitions of what an animal should look like or how it should behave. From creatures with star-shaped faces to those with fins that resemble ears, each one is a masterpiece of adaptation, a living puzzle solved over millennia. So, settle in, and let us begin our exploration of the 20 most bizarre animals you won't believe truly exist. Our journey begins in a realm of immense pressure and perpetual darkness. The deep sea. Down here, thousands of feet below the sunlit surface, survival demands extraordinary solutions. One of the most hauntingly beautiful is that of the barrel-leaf fish, a creature that has embraced transparency. Its most striking feature is a fluid-filled, completely transparent dome of a head, through which you can clearly see its internal, tube-shaped eyes. These eyes are incredibly sensitive, typically pointing upwards to catch the faintest silhouettes of prey against the dim light filtering from above. Imagine the advantage this provides. In a world where being seen means being eaten, becoming invisible is the ultimate defense. Its body, often gelatinous and delicate, lacks the dense pigmentation of its shallow water relatives. This ghostly form allows it to blend seamlessly into the midwater gloom, a living phantom drifting through the abyss. Its very existence is a masterclass in camouflage, not by matching a background, but by having no discernible features to match at all. It is a fragile, yet perfectly adapted inhabitant of one of Earth's most hostile environments. The barrel-eyed life is one of patient observation. It hangs nearly motionless in the water column, its large, flat fins providing exquisite stability. When it spots a potential meal, perhaps a small crustacean or a siphonophore, its entire strategy changes. The remarkable eyes can rotate forward, allowing it to focus on its target as it moves in for the kill. Its small, pointed mouth is perfectly designed for plucking tiny morsels from the water. This delicate, see-through marvel is a profound reminder that even in the most extreme places, life finds a way not just to survive, but to do so with an eerie and spectacular grace. From the deep ocean, we travel to a very specific and threatened habitat, the ancient lakes near Mexico City. Here lives a true biological marvel, a creature that holds onto its youth its entire life. This is the axolotl. While it is technically a species of salamander, it rarely, if ever, undergoes the metamorphosis that would transform it into a land-dwelling adult. It remains in its larval aquatic form, a condition known as neoteny. It keeps its feathery external gills, which branch out from its head like a whimsical pink mane, and its fin tail, perfectly suited for a life spent walking along the lakebed. This state of perpetual juvenility is fascinating enough, but the axolotl possesses another, almost mythical ability: regeneration. If an axolotl loses a limb, it does not simply heal over with a scar, it regrows the entire appendage, bones, muscles, nerves, and skin, perfectly. This remarkable power is not limited to limbs. It can regenerate damaged portions of its spinal cord and even parts of its brain without any scarring. Scientists are, quite understandably, captivated by this creature, hoping its secrets may one day unlock new possibilities for human medicine. It is, in essence, a master of self-repair. Sadly, this charming animal with its faint knowing smile is critically endangered in the wild. Its only natural habitat has been severely impacted by urbanization and pollution, and the introduction of invasive fish species has pushed it to the very brink of extinction. The vast majority of axolotls now live in laboratories and home aquariums around the world. It is a poignant paradox. A creature with the power to endlessly rebuild itself is unable to withstand the destruction of its home. The story of the axolotl is both a wonder of nature and a solemn warning. We return now to the crushing pressures of the abyssal plains, a world almost entirely unknown to us. Drifting gracefully through this cold, dark expanse is a creature of surprising charm. Named for a beloved cartoon character, the Dumbo octopus earns its moniker from the two large, ear-like fins protruding from the sides of its head, or mantle. These are not for hearing, of course, but for propulsion. By flapping these fins, it glides through the water with a gentle pulsating rhythm, looking for all the world like a small elephant flying through the deep. This is a member of the cirrate, or finned, deep-sea octopuses. Unlike their shallow-water cousins, they possess a soft, semi-gelatinous body, which helps them withstand the immense pressure of their environment, living at depths of up to 13,000 feet. They also have webbing between their arms, giving them a bell-like or umbrella-like appearance when they spread them. This webbing helps them to trap small crustaceans, worms, and other invertebrates that crawl along the seafloor, which they then envelop and consume. Finding food in this vast, barren landscape is a challenge. The Dumbo octopus spends its life hovering just above the ocean floor, using its sensitive suckers to investigate the mud for any sign of a meal. They are a rare and wondrous sight, filmed only by the deepest diving robotic submersibles. Each glimpse we get of these animals reveals a little more about life in the extreme deep. They are gentle, solitary wanderers in a world of eternal night, their ears carrying them on silent currents, a whimsical and endearing presence in one of the planet's most forbidding frontiers. Leaving the oceans behind, we now burrow into the damp, marshy soils of North America. Here, in a world of complete darkness, lives an animal with one of the most peculiar and specialized faces in the entire animal kingdom. This is the star-nosed mole. At the end of its snout is a remarkable structure, a ring of 22 fleshy pink mobile tentacles. This star is not for smelling or for grasping, but for touching. It is an incredibly sensitive organ, packed with more than 25,000 minute sensory receptors, allowing the mole to build a detailed, three-dimensional picture of its surroundings through touch alone. This star is the key to the mole's survival. As it tunnels through the wet earth, its tentacles are in constant motion, touching everything in its path with astonishing speed. It can touch up to 12 different places in a single second. This allows it to identify and consume prey faster than any other mammal on Earth. Once a tiny insect larva or worm is located by one of the tentacles, the mole's brain processes the information in a fraction of a second, and the prey is devoured. It has perfected the art of finding food in the dark. The mole's brain devotes a huge amount of processing power to interpreting the signals from its star, much like a visual animal, such as ourselves, devotes brain power to sight. It effectively sees the world with its nose. The star even has a central fovea, two specific tentacles used for the most detailed inspection, just as we use the center of our retina for sharp focus. This creature is a stunning example of how evolution can produce highly complex and bizarre solutions to the challenges of a specialized life, turning a simple nose into a superpowered sensory organ. We now travel to the vast arid steppes of Central Asia, a land of extreme temperatures and sweeping grasslands. Here roams an animal that looks like a visitor from another time, a true survivor of the last ice age. This is the saiga antelope. Its appearance is immediately arresting due to its most prominent feature, a large, fleshy, and inflatable proboscis of a nose that hangs down over its mouth. This strange, bulbous structure is far from a mere ornament. It is a vital piece of biological engineering, essential for survival in this harsh climate. During the brutally cold winters, the complex internal structure of the nose, with its chambers and mucous membranes, works to warm the frigid air before it reaches the animal's lungs, preventing potentially fatal heat loss. In the dusty summer months, when migrating herds kick up enormous clouds of dust, this same nose acts as an efficient filter, cleaning the air they breathe. It is a dual-purpose adaptation, a portable air conditioner and purifier that has allowed the saiga to endure where many other Ice Age giants, like the woolly mammoth, have perished. Despite its incredible resilience, the saiga has faced near extinction in modern times. Poaching for its horns and meat, combined with habitat loss and disease, has caused its populations to crash catastrophically. Thankfully, intensive conservation efforts are underway, and in some areas, their numbers are beginning to rebound. Watching a herd of saiga gallop across the steppe, their strange noses bouncing with every stride, is like looking through a window into a prehistoric world. They are a living link to a bygone era, and a powerful symbol of both fragility and endurance. Once more, we plunge into the deep, dark waters of the open ocean to depths of over 4,000 feet. It is here that a true monster of the abyss lurks, a creature that seems torn from a nightmare. This is the goblin shark. A living fossil, its lineage stretches back 125 million years. It is instantly recognizable by its long, blade-like snout, called a rostrum, and its unsettling jaw. Unlike other sharks, its jaws are not fixed, but are instead highly protrusible, capable of launching forward with incredible speed to snatch unsuspecting prey. This shark's skin is a ghostly pinkish white because its blood vessels are visible through its semi-translucent flesh. It is a slow, languid swimmer, conserving energy in the food-scarce environment of the deep sea. It drifts through the darkness, using its long snout, which is covered in electroreceptors called ampullae of Lorenzini, to detect the faint electrical fields produced by living creatures. It doesn't hunt by sight or speed, but by stealth and by sensing the hidden heartbeats of fish, squid, and crabs that pass nearby. When prey is detected, the goblin shark reveals its terrifying secret weapon. In a fraction of a second, its entire jaw structure catapults forward, extending almost to the end of its snout. A terrifying set of long, needle-like teeth ensnares the victim, which is then pulled back into the shark's mouth. This mechanism, known as slingshot feeding, is one of the most dramatic and specialized feeding adaptations in the ocean. The goblin shark is a rare and mysterious creature, a primordial hunter that continues to patrol the eternal darkness, just as its ancestors did in the age of the dinosaurs. We now find ourselves in the temperate, seaweed-rich waters off the coast of southern and western Australia. Hiding in plain sight within the kelp forests is one of nature's most exquisite artists of camouflage. It is not a plant, but an animal, the leafy sea dragon. A close relative of the seahorse, it has taken disguise to an evolutionary extreme. Its entire body is adorned with intricate, leaf-like appendages that perfectly mimic the floating seaweed in which it lives. These lobes are not used for swimming, they are purely for concealment. Propulsion is achieved by the gentle, almost invisible fluttering of two tiny, transparent fins, one on its neck and another on its back. The effect is honestly mesmerizing. The sea dragon appears to drift effortlessly with the current, an illusion so perfect that both predators and prey are often completely unaware of its presence. It moves with a slow, swaying grace, its movement synchronized with the dance of the surrounding kelp. This is not just camouflage. It is a performance, a lifelong act of becoming one with its environment. Like seahorses, the leafy sea dragon has a long tubular snout, which it uses to suck up its prey of tiny crustaceans and mysid shrimp. And, in a fascinating reversal of roles, it is the male who is responsible for carrying the eggs. The female deposits her bright pink eggs onto a special brood patch on the underside of the male's tail, where he fertilizes them and carries them until they hatch. To see a leafy sea dragon is to witness one of the pinnacles of natural selection, a creature so finely tuned to its world that it simply disappears within it. Our search now takes us to the dry grasslands and sandy plains of central Argentina to look for an animal so small and elusive it is rarely ever seen. Buried beneath the soil lives the smallest species of armadillo in the world, the enchanting pink fairy armadillo. Scarcely larger than a hamster, this creature is a phantom of the subterranean world. Its most distinctive feature is its dorsal shell, a beautiful pinkish carapace that is not fully attached to its body, but is instead connected by a thin membrane along its spine. This unique shell, along with a vertical plate at its rear, acts as a protective shield while it swims through the loose sand just below the surface. It is a remarkably efficient digger, using its large front claws to propel itself through the earth with surprising speed in search of its food, ants, and their larvae. It spends almost its entire life underground, emerging only occasionally, and usually at night. Its pale pink shell and silky white fur give it a delicate, almost ethereal appearance, completely at odds with its rugged, burrowing lifestyle. Because of its subterranean habits and its apparent sensitivity to stress, very little is known about the pink fairy armadillo's behavior in the wild. It does not survive well in captivity, adding to its mystery. It is a fragile and specialized creature, perfectly adapted to its sandy environment, but vulnerable to changes in its habitat from agriculture and predation by domestic animals. This tiny pink ghost of the Argentinian sands is a poignant reminder of how many wondrous species may live just beneath our feet, their secret lives unfolding entirely out of our sight. As night falls on the island of Madagascar, a truly strange primate emerges from its nest. With huge sensitive ears, bulging hypnotic eyes, and a wild shock of dark hair, the Ai looks like a goblin from folklore. It is, in fact, the world's largest nocturnal primate, a species of lemur that has evolved to fill a niche usually occupied by woodpeckers. Its most bizarre and specialized tool is its middle finger. It is extraordinarily long, thin, and skeletal, and moves independently from the other fingers, almost as if it has a life of its own. This finger is the key to its unique hunting strategy, known as percussive foraging. The Ai scurries along tree branches, tapping rapidly on the bark with this slender finger, up to 8 times per second. It presses one of its enormous ears to the wood, listening intently for the hollow sounds that indicate an insect grub has tunneled inside. The combination of its sensitive hearing and the acoustic feedback from its tapping allows it to pinpoint the location of its prey with remarkable accuracy. Once a grub is located, The eye uses its powerful, rodent-like incisors, which, uniquely for a primate, grow continuously to gnaw a hole into the wood. Then, its questing, skeletal middle finger is inserted into the hole, the hooked nail at its tip expertly extracting the helpless grub. This combination of features is so unusual that the eye was initially classified as a rodent. It is a perfect if unsettling example of convergent evolution, a primate that has become a living, breathing multi-tool for a life of hunting in the dark. High in the humid cloud forests of Central and South America, clinging to leaves overhanging rushing streams, we find a marvel of transparency. This is the glass frog. From above, it may look like a fairly typical small green tree frog, but its true wonder is revealed from below. Its abdominal skin is completely transparent, offering an unobstructed view of its internal organs. You can clearly see its beating heart, its liver, its stomach, and its intestines, all functioning within the living animal. It is a walking, hopping anatomy lesson. This incredible transparency serves as a unique form of camouflage. When the frog rests on a leaf, the green of the leaf is visible through its body, and the edges of the frog become blurred and indistinct. This makes it much harder for predators, like snakes and birds, to spot its outline. It breaks up the shape of the frog, allowing it to blend into the dappled light of the forest canopy. The frog's very substance, or lack thereof, becomes its shield. The lives of these frogs are intimately tied to water. At night, males will call from leaves to attract a mate. The female then lays her eggs on the underside of a leaf, directly above a stream. When the tadpoles hatch, they fall directly into the water below, where they will develop until they are ready to join their parents in the trees. The glass frog, with its see-through belly and its clever life cycle, is a delicate and beautiful example of how even the most vulnerable-looking creatures can possess ingenious strategies for survival.